Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. From Pro Bowl games to the Olympics, flag football enticing NFL players. As the world's greatest collection of tackle football players gathered in the Florida sunshine, you might expect their pursuit of a Lombardi trophy to be top of mind. But with flag football now featured in the Pro Bowl games, and with the much-anticipated inclusion of men's and women's flag football in the 2028 Los Angeles Olympic Games, how about a gold medal? I'd rather have the Lombardi, but I'm okay with the gold medal, Dallas Cowboys receiver CeeDee Lamb said. Flag football games on Sunday could decide the winner of the Pro Bowl games, 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time, live on ESPN, ABC, ESPN+. The idea of NFL players participating on a flag football Olympic team was well received among Pro Bowlers this week, similar to the reaction of NBA players when Olympic participation was open to American professional basketball players in 1992. "That's a big deal," said Atlanta Falcons safety Jessie Bates III, who had a career-high 6 interceptions in 2023. "The sport of football has changed my life and a lot of other guys. I would definitely like to play if I learn how to pull a flag." Tickets are now on sale for the 2024 Pro Bowl games. Be there in Orlando, Florida, as your favorite NFL players show off their talents at Camping World Stadium on February 4th. Buffalo Bills receiver Stefon Diggs said he would 100% be in favor of playing. "Flag football should be appreciated," he said. "Not even just men, but we can involve the women, too. They've been taking over flag for a long time. It's a perfect opportunity to get everybody playing one sport, representing America as a whole, and hopefully get a gold medal." The conversation begs another question. In assembling an Olympic flag football squad featuring NFL players, which players would be among the first picked? "My first pick would be Tyreek Hill," said Hill's Miami teammate cornerback Jalen Ramsey. "Nobody can match that speed in 7-on-7. You can't really press in flag. You're not going to be able to get hands on him. He will have a field day." Hill was a popular choice among his colleagues, including by his own quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa. "How do you chase a guy like that?" Tagovailoa said. "I mean, he's running all over the place. Perfect skill set. He makes it tough." Hill's speed and elusiveness are undeniable. According to Next Gen Stats, Hill produced 3 of the top 10 fastest speeds recorded by players this season. He tied with Lamb for the most receptions of 20 yards or longer in the NFL, 29, and has 148 such receptions since entering the league in 2016, more than any player. Hill will be on the field for Sunday's flag games at Camping World Stadium. But his wasn't the only name to come up frequently. Another popular choice, Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson. The reality that quarterbacks can be blitzed in flag football, thereby giving them the ability to scramble for yards, made the slippery Jackson a natural option. "After hearing some of the rules and how you can rush the passer, you've got to go with Lamar," Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback Baker Mayfield said. "Guys have got to keep up with him," said Bates. "You can't have somebody who's just going to be a statue back there. You've got to have somebody who can move. Lamar would probably be my number 1 pick, because if you get a rusher, you can take off." Football does, however, include 2 units, offense and defense. So, leave it to a defensive player to stick up for his own. Indianapolis Colts defensive tackle DeForest Buckner looked around during Friday morning's practice and found himself in awe of the defensive talent surrounding him. "Come on, man," he said. "We've got Sauce, Gardner, Denzel Ward, the linebackers like Fred Warner. To be honest, I feel like it wouldn't even be a challenge. We could dominate the Olympics." Popular Cowboys beat reporter Michael Gehlken stepping down. Dallas Cowboys beat writer Michael Gehlken announced Thursday he's leaving the Dallas Morning News after 5 seasons covering the team. Gelkin, who has also covered the Chargers and Raiders in his 14-year career as an NFL beat reporter, posted the news on X, saying it is time to walk away. After 5 seasons reporting on the Cowboys for the Dallas Morning News, I am stepping down and moving to Washington, D.C., for family reasons, Gelkin wrote. Journalism was my childhood dream job. Having lived it for 15 years, I begin the search for a new challenge. Thank you. Gelkin thanked members of the Cowboys organization, from players down to PR staff, and while he clearly enjoyed his job, he said family comes first. He and his wife welcomed their first child last year, and they have family in the D.C. area. In addition to his work with the morning news, Gelkin was a familiar face and voice through radio and TV appearances, sharing Cowboys news and opinions. He was well regarded among not only fans, but his peers. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport responded to Gelkin's post with a short message, "Good luck. You had an awesome run." Cowboys legend blasts Jerry Jones for mishandling Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys are currently in the midst of what has been somewhat of a turbulent offseason for the team ahead of the upcoming 2024-25 NFL season. The offseason started in failure as the Cowboys were coming off of a blowout home loss to the Green Bay Packers in the NFL playoffs, and there were legitimate concerns after that game as to just how viable Prescott is as a quarterback for a team with championship aspirations. Complicating matters is the fact that there is just 1 year left on Prescott's contract, meaning the pressure has been on the Cowboys brass to make a decision as to whether they want to extend their star quarterback, and if so, how much they are willing to pay him. Thus far, it doesn't seem that a ton of progress has been made on that front, and one person who wants Cowboys owner Jerry Jones to pick a direction is none other than former Dallas defensive end Charles Haley, who won Super Bowl glory with the team during the 1990s. Jones kept backloading everything, so now he's screwed, said Haley, via the Up and Adams show with Kay Adams, presented by FanDuel. You know his bill came due, and he doesn't have the money to be able to do that. And so what he's going to have to do is, he's going to have to find another way around the salary cap or push a lot of older guys' salary cap way back, and then you don't know whether these guys are going to play 1 year or 2 years, and then all of it comes due again. So he gambled a long time, and now time is up. I can tell you this, trade Dak, just put him up for a trade, guess what, every team in the league will be after him. Dak is a winner, Dak is a great person, a great leader. 2 things can be true at once. Dak Prescott is one of the better quarterbacks in the league that many teams would be happy to have, and he probably isn't good enough to be the quarterback on a championship-winning team unless that team is historically great in every other facet of the game. There is a long list of proven evidence now to demonstrate that Prescott does indeed crack under the pressure of the playoff spotlight, regardless of how solid he may look in the regular season, and although the defense was just as abysmal as he was in the loss to the Packers last year, it was Prescott's performance alone in 2022-23 versus the San Francisco 49ers that spelled the Cowboys' downfall in that playoff game. However, sometimes in sports it's better to stick with something good as opposed to letting it just vanish. The Boston Celtics made a similar decision last year with Jaylen Brown following his epic playoff flameout and were rewarded when Brown led them to a championship and won Finals MVP the following season. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Dak Prescott? Leave your opinion in the comments.